everyone, this is Avkash Prasad from Innovate Yourself. So I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to tell you how you can work with a canvas, and also I'm going to tell you how you can work with a multiple scene, and at the end I'm going to design a app, and in the app I'm going to add two buttons. First one is a back button and the second one is a app close button. So these all things are the part of the canvas, so you can also understand how to work with the canvas. If you remember, in this video I will tell you how you can work with a multiple image target. So this is the same project. I'm going to upgrade this project even, and in this project I'm going to add a scene. The scene is basically, suppose you have a game and in the game you have a different level. In a Unity, if you are designing the level 1, level 2 and the level 3, then what you have to do, you have to design a different scene. So if you don't watch my last video on multiple image target, then I will suggest you to watch that video so that you will not face any kind of difficulty while understanding this all. So let us start. First of all, I go into the asset panel, click on the scene, right click here, go into the create, and there is an option of scene. So I just click over this and give a name. So I'm going to give a name to this scene, main window. After that, I just double click on the main window. You will see a new scene has appeared. So here the two scenes are available. The first scene is the sample scene, which this is basically a scene which I have created in my last video, and this is a new scene which I have created right now. After that, what I'm going to do, I just click on this plus button, go into the UI, and you will see there is an option of raw image. So I just click over it, and you will see in raw image. So the raw image is a part of a canvas. So when you upload the raw image, then it comes with a canvas, and the event system is an event which manage all of this system. So that's why it's also appear with raw. After that, I just click on this canvas, and you will see a 2D texture has appeared. The canvas is basically a 2D structure. So here I'm going to add a two button. So before that, I'm going to give a background image. So for that, I just click on this raw image. Look, this is a raw image section, and select this 2D scale tool and drag this. When I drag in, you will see the two lines are appear. This line basically indicate you where is the center. So you will see this is a center. So I just drag my image here. So I just drag this raw image section here, and after that I just come out of this and I'm going to upload a image. So this is an image which I'm going to add as the background image of my main window screen. So and now I just click on the raw image. You will see in an inspector panel a raw image properties has appeared here. So I just click on this image and drag it into the texture. After that, I just increase its width and height 300, and the height is about 200. Now I just select the scale tool and reduce it. Now after that, click on this canvas, go into the inspector panel, and in inspector panel you will see the UI scale mode is selected context pixel size. So just click over it and select the scale with screen size. And after that, again I go into the scene and increase its size. Now I just click on the play mode to check the output one. So I just click over it. Now I'm going to add a 3 button here. So for that, I again click on the canvas, right click over it, go into the UI, and there is an option of button. So I just select the button. You will see the button has appeared here. Now I'm going to set this button on the right hand side of the corner. So for that, now again I just click on this, double click on a canvas, select this 2D button and drag it towards this side. Now in the hierarchy, just click on a button, just open it, and you will see there is an option of text. When you select this text, go into the inspector panel, you will see there is an option to type a text. So I just floor plan. After that, I just increase the size of my text. So I just increase it from here. Now again I select this button and go into the inspector panel. You will see in a button there are different options are available. First one is a normal color, highlight color, press color, and select color. Highlighted color means when you put the cursor on a button, then it will show that yes, this button has highlighted right now. So I'm going to change the highlighted color. So for that, I just click over it. I'm changed it up to red. So I'm going to select it to the red and come out. After that, there is a color of press color. Click on this press color go into the, I select this color as a green, so I just drag it into the green section. So as you see, at normal condition, my button has appeared as a white color, but when I move the cursor over it, then it will turn red, and when I press it, then it will turn green. So I just come on the play mode to check it. So as you see, at now button has appeared as in white, but when I move the cursor over it, it turns red, and when I press it, it turns green. So after that, I am going to add two more buttons. So for that, press this button, right click over it, copy, and again paste it here, and drag this just below the button 2. And now I'm going to rename it to a contact and location. So double click over it, select the scale tool and change its position from. Now again I just go into the hierarchy, click on this contact and location button, open it. There is an option of text, so I just change it from a contact button. Again I'm going to add another button, so for that press Ctrl D. So you will see a copy has generated here. Now I just rename it to a close app. So I just click over it. Now I'm going to drag at the corner of the screen. Now you will see in the close app section, I'm going to add, this time I'm going to add a image. So for that, I go into the hierarchy, open it, and delete this text component. So you will see this is a image which I'm going to add at the close app button. So for that, I'm going to drag this into the Unity. After that, I just click on this close button, go into the inspector panel. There is an option of text shape. There is an option of texture type. So I just click over it and select it, print 2D into UI, and click on apply. After that, again I'll select the close app section. You will see there is an option of image, source image. So I just click over it and drag it into the source image section. After that, I go into the scene and increase its size a little bit. So that's all in this section. So again I'm going to create another scene. So for that, again I go into the asset, click over a scene, right click over it, click on create, and again click on scene. And this scene I'm going to name contact. Again I just double click over it. In context section also, I'm going to add a 3D text and also a 3D model which work on an AR mode. So for that, I just click on this main camera and delete it. After that, I just click on this plus button, go into the Vuforia engine and add a AR camera. After that, I just click on the AR camera, right click over it, go into the Vuforia engine and select an image target. And now after that, I'm going to the inspector panel. There is an option of type image, so I just select it from database, paper, and this time I'm going to use image 2 as in a target image. So I'm going to use this image as in a contact section also. Again, I just right click on a image target, 3D object, and select a cube. Scale it up to 0.01 in a y-axis, and then double click on a cube, select the scale tool and increase its size. And again, I just go into the asset section. If you have remember in the multiple image target section, I have added one asset with the name of the wooden floor texture. So I'm going to add this texture on the cube. After that, I again click on this plus button, go into the 3D object, and there is an option of 3D text. So I'll just click over it, move this text toward my side. So I just type here 90. After that, I just go into the inspector panel. In the anchor, I just select middle center and increase the font size. So here I'm going to add a contact detail. So I'm going to name Shyam. So as you see, I add the name and the address. So as you see, I have added few more detail like the contact number and the map location also. And I also add one 3D location point over the map also. Now I'm going to add a cube, and over that cube I'm going to add a texture, a thanking you texture, and also move that cube over the surface. So for that, I just click over plus button, go into the 3D object and select a cube. And reduce the size of this cube little bit, move it this side little bit upward, and after that I just click over it and drag it into the Unity, and after that I just click over this image and drag it into the cube, and then I just click the cube and make a cube child of an image target. Now I just go into the asset, right click over here and create one folder and name this folder script. After that I just double click on this script folder, right click over it, go into the create and type seesaw script and give a name moving cube script and open it. And here I am going to write a script to rotate the cube. First of all, create a public vector3 with the name move, and after that I go into the void update. Here I will write transform dot rotate, and in bracket I will write move into time dot delta time, and after that I just click on this script and drag it into the cube. Now when I go into the inspector panel, you will see a moving cube script has appeared here. Give a xyz a random value like 10, 20 and again 10, and go into the play mode to check the output. I just go into the asset, go into the scene section, and here I will select the main window. Save all the changes that we have did right now. Click on canvas. Again go into the asset, and this time again select the script. Right click over it, go into the create and again create and seesaw script. And this time I am going to give a name to this script. Change scene script. Here I am going to make a script to change a scene. So for that I just delete all of this first. Then I am going to create public void floor plan, then public void contact, and the last one. So as you know, here I have created a 3 button. First button is basically, I go into the play mode to show you. First button is for floor plan, second button is for contact, and one was the close the app. So for that, when I click floor plan, then I have to enter. When I click floor plan, then I have to enter to the main window to the sample scene. And if I click the contact, then I have to enter to the contact scene. And if I click on the close, then on that time my application has closed. So that's why here I created 3 void: void floor plan, void contact, and void exist. Now inside of this I am going to type a change scene program. So as you see, I have written here scene manager dot load scene. So inside this bracket I am going to write a scene name. So for that I go into the Unity. You will see now I am in the main window and the program is for floor plan. So what I have to do, I have to enter into this sample scene. So I just click over it and end it here. After that again I just copy this whole component, but this time instead of sample scene I am going to write this contact scene. And after that here in void exist I am going to write application dot quit, and after that I just press Ctrl S, go into the Unity. Now again in the main window, what I'm going to do, I just go into the hierarchy, just click a plus button and create an empty game object, and I just rename it moving scene. Okay. After that I just go into the asset in a script. So I just click on change scene script and drag it into the game scene. So if I click over it, you will see the change scene script has appeared here. After that, I just go into the canvas and I just click on the button 1. You will see there is an option of on click. So I just click on this plus button, then move this change scene into the none object area, and after that go into the no function area. You will see the change scene script has appeared here, and after that floor plan scene over it. So I just click on the floor plan scene. After that again I just click on this contact and location button. Again I go into the inspector panel, click on this plus button. So again I just click on this move scene option, I drag it here. After that I just click on this no function area, go into the same change scene script, and this time I click on this contact. Again I just click on this close app, click over it. Again drag this into the non object, go here, change scene, and this time I click on exit. Now I enter into the play mode to check the output. So for that I just click over it. Now you will see if I click on this floor plan, then you will see I transfer me to the floor plan section. Again I come out of this. Again I enter into the play mode. You will see if this time I click on contact. So as you see, when I click on this contact button, then it will transfer me to the contact scene. So just come out of this. Now again I just click on the main window and save all this file. After that what I'm going to do, I just add two more button, back button and a close button. So the back button and the close button which I'm going to add in a contact scene and a sample scene. I'm not going to add a back button into a main scene. So for that I just click on this contact scene, just click on this plus button, go into the UI, and this time I select the button. Just click over it, click on this, and I'm going to drag this button at the top of the corner. So I just click here. Again I just click on this plus button, press Ctrl D to duplicate this button. Again just rename it to close, and the button one I'm going to rename it to back. Again I just click on this button, go here, this time here. Now you'll see the two buttons has appeared on the two corners. So I just click on this back button. Now I'm going to add two images, so that I just open this back button and delete the text. Again I open the close button and delete the text. So I have already added a image for a close button. So I click on this close button. This is the image which I am going to drag over it. So I just click it and drag it into the source image. So double click on a close button and change the width of this. Okay, for the back button I am going to add another image. So I will show you. So this is the image which I am going to add on the back button. So I just drag this image into my Unity. After that again I just click on this image, go into the texture type from default to sprite and hit apply. Now I just click on this back button, again drag this image into a source image. Select this 2D tool and increase the size. Now I'm going to make a prefabs of this canvas so that I do not need to create this back and close button again. After that I just click on this scene, go into the sample scene section, save all the changes. Here I just click on this canvas prefix and drag it into the scene. So you will see the back and the close button has appeared here. After that again I click on this script, right click over it, again create another script and just double click over it to open it. After that again I just delete both of this void startup and void update and create a two void function, public void. This time first one is a back and the second one is a close. Now again I add one file here using Unity, and here in the back section, in the back, I'm just copy the main window scene name and drag it here, and in the close application.quit and press Ctrl S. And now this time again I just create a one new empty game object, rename it back, and after that I just click on this back button, go into the inspector panel, here on click on plus button, drag this back here. Before that I just click on this back script and drag it into the empty game object. If I click here, you will see in inspector panel back script has attached. Now what I'm going to do, I just click on this back button, go into the inspector panel, you will see on click, I click on this game object, drag here back script, and basically the back is a function which transfer us to the main window. So I just back. Now I just click on this close, again drag this game object here, back script and close. The same thing I'm going to do on a contact scene. So just double click over it, again create a new empty object, given name back2, and again attach this script over it, click on canvas, click on back, go into the inspector panel, click on this plus button, drag this back over here, script and back from back, again just click on this close, drag this over non-object area, go into the back script and click on close. And now I just click on this main window, do all save changes and enter into the play mode to check the output. The close button will work only when we create an application. So now I'm going to create an app, and on that app this close button will also work. So just click on this file, go to the build setting, and you will see there are two scenes are already added, sample scene and contact scene. I'm going to add the main scene also, and after that it's already set on the Android. Just go into the player setting, from default name to I'm going to give a name, innovate yourself, and the product name I'm going to give floor plan. And after that I just click on this, so I just click over it. You will see my innovate yourself logo has appeared as an icon of my app also. After that I just click resolution and presentation. I change the default orientation is auto rotation from landscape right. After that I just click on this other setting, and there is a package name, I just leave it as it is, and the API level is minimum KitKat and the API target level is high. So again I just come out of this and click on build. Now save this file on a desktop and give a name floor plan app and click on save.